To get familiar with what type of tools we have in the machine, on the second window where we have the tool magazine, we can turn it, we can zoom in and out, and kind of see what kind of tools we have. Tool number 1 is in the spindle. Tool number 2 looks like it's an end mill. Tool number 3 looks like a spot drill, and so on. This is one way how to look at what type of tools we have in the machine. But in the display, once you select the offset twice, we can go one tool at a time and see what type of geometry we have. Like the first tool, which is in the spindle, is a 2-inch face mill. Then if you write the program, it looks like number 2. Tool number 2 is a 1/2-inch end mill. Tool number 3 is a spot drill, or can be used as a drill as well. You can see the tool angle is not flat. Tool number 4 is a 228 drill. And we can keep going down on the list. And when we add the program in the controller, we gotta make sure the T value and H value is going to match from the offset page where we have all the tools. And this is just a standard procedure in the setup. Every operator, after loading the program, checking the tools from the program with the actual tools they got in the machine.
So we'll take a look at these tooling numbers, and what we wanted to do was just to show you what we figured out, and mostly it's Francis has figured it out. There's all these tools, there's a probe. The simulator is better than the CNC Easy or the back plotter, but it takes a little while to kind of figure out the tooling. And so the way you figure out which tools are which is within the offsets page. Is that correct?
Yes, so we have the engraver, we have ball and end mills. We have different type of tools in the machine, but these are most standard tools that you would be using in all the programs for each lesson. So all tools are available in the machine.
So when we take a program like we have from Cam Instructor, what we have to do is we have to change the tooling numbers to the ones that are in the simulator, because we can't change the tool numbers in this simulator.
Yes. So in the offset page, we can keep going down and look at the geometry where are listed all the diameters. And we got up to 22 tools. Okay. So that's all about tooling. also in Immerse to Learn, in this simulation, we got probes, and we got a probe for touching off tools. I'll zoom in, see on a table. Right here, we have the probe. So going back in the list programs, you have multiple programs. Again, you can select each program at a time.
See if you can do a tool change for the probe and show us how that works.
This probe requires a special program. I don't have it here in this simulation, but the probe for touching off tools, the program number is 13795. So once you activate it, you have a short program where the machine is going to call and pick that tool and it's going to touch off. For example, we want to touch off tool number 3, which is our spot drill. So in edit mode, we activate the window where we can make the changes in the program. Going down, we have to change the T value to T3. So we're gonna change from T2 to T3. And once we hit alter, it's gonna change it. So now we have to reset. So the machine will start the program from the beginning. And then in memory mode, we are going to run this short program where the machine is picking up the tool and touching off the tool presetter and recording the value of the tool height for this specific tool. And then in the offset page, we can see the new value for this tool, which is minus 16.9, which is the distance from home position to G53, which is our tool presetter here. So these are just a few different ways how you can measure the tools by selecting the program for the tool presetter that it's available in Haas Simulator.
And we don't have to use the probe to set up the tool length because, and correct me if I'm wrong, when we start to run stock, it already has the tool lengths programmed in, or how does it know how high the stock is when we start to run the programs?
That's in the offset. So in the offset, we have G54, G55 at different Z heights. This is everything preset already by Immerse to Learn. So it'll make all the calculation knowing that where is the stock in relationship with our tool presetter, which is G53.
And we can demonstrate that in the next video when we run a piece of stock and run a program.
Yes, and also I want to mention that in the offset tool offset page, even if we change the geometry, the simulator doesn't allow us to change the tool diameter. So these are standard preset and we cannot make any changes. Even if we try to, The graphic is not going to update the tool geometry because this is all preset. So we cannot make these changes.
All right. So let's pause this video.
So how Haas CNC Simulator has all the tools preset in the magazine, different type of tools. And in the offset page, we can confirm the tool geometries, what size of tools we have in each tool holder, in each pocket. And based on this information, we have to update our program that we want to run in Haas to make sure that the tool numbers are from the program are matching the tools that we have available in the Haas Simulator.
And that's because we can't change the tool numbers in the Haas Simulator, but we can change them in the editor.
Yes, in the editor, we can change the tool numbers, but in the offset page, we cannot change the geometry. Even if we try to, the simulation is not going to update the tool size.
And so our plan is to be able to show students how to write the programs with CAM Instructor and then bring them into the Haas virtual trainer. And the reason that we're using the Haas virtual trainer is it's better. Being able to know where the control is, knowing which buttons to push, knowing how to work with MDI, offsets. As a machinist, Francis, this is what we feel is much better for simulation in this course. Is that correct?
Yes, so in simulation, the control panel is just like having a real machine all the time available at just for you, and you can run the programs, you can debug it, you can make changes just on real machine. So it's a great experience for having this tool available and checking your program, checking the tool paths, checking the tools. It's just a great experience and making you helping you to understand the process for the setup.
All right. Thanks, Francis. I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll open things up for questions and then we'll go through our next video.